Hello to viewers. In this video, let us discuss introduction to thermodynamics. So, what are the important terms present in thermodynamics? Okay, first, let us see what is thermodynamics. Thermodynamics means nothing but flow of heat, or we can call it as heat to flow. Heat to flow is known as which one? Thermodynamics. And what is the important role of thermodynamics regarding chemical reactions? So, thermodynamics deal with the spontaneity of a reaction. That means whether the reaction takes place spontaneously or not. That was given by which one here? Thermodynamics. So this is the importance of thermodynamics. Now let us compare with the chemical kinetics also. What is the difference between thermodynamics and chemical kinetics? Means thermodynamics deal with the spontaneity of a reaction. That means whether the reaction takes place or not, that was given by which one? Thermodynamics. And what is the role of chemical kinetics? It indicates the speed of the reaction, whether the reaction takes place fastly or slowly or with a moderate speed. That was given by which one? Chemical kinetics. So in a general, thermodynamics will deal with whether one student get passed or failed in a given exam. Up to that only this plays the role. But if that student get passed, with how much percentage marks he get passed, that was a deal by which one? That chemical kinetics. So like that, the spontaneity of a reaction, that means occurrence of a reaction, is given by thermodynamics, but with how much speed the reaction going to takes place, that was given by chemical kinetics. So this is the major difference between thermodynamics and kinetics. So thermodynamics plays an important role in the, that means spontaneity of a reaction. Now let us see the important terms involved in thermodynamics topic. In that, the first one is which one here? System. What is the meaning of system here? The part of the universe which is under thermodynamic study, that is said to be system. The part of the universe which is under thermodynamical study, that part is known as which one? System. For example, for a dentist, teeth are considered as the system. For a heart specialist, heart is the system. And for example, for any that one software engineer, that system means that which is system here? That laptop or the screen of the computer is considered as a system. For a crystallographer, a crystal is the system. Like that here, the part of the universe which is under thermodynamical study, that is known as which one here? System. In a classroom for the student, the board appears as a system. So like that, which is under thermodynamical study in this universe, the small part is called as which one? System. And of course, system is again of three types. In that, the first one is which one? Open system. What is open system and closed system? Let us discuss here. Open system, closed system, and the third one is isolated system. And before going to that, let us see what are surroundings, because these systems are defined with respect to system and surroundings. So now surroundings means except system, remaining part of the universe is called as which ones? That surroundings. For example, for a student, that classroom atmosphere is considered as a system. and except that part, the remaining part of the universe is called as surroundings. So like that here, system plus surroundings will give which one? Universe. Now come to the types of the systems. Now the first one is open system. Open system means here the system in which both heat and matter exchange with surroundings. Both heat and matter exchange with surroundings. That system is said to be open system. For example, if a hot coffee is that means given in a cup, but so many years that kept like that only. Now after so many years, if you observe in that cup, we can't find any coffee, or without coffee there is no that heat also present. So like that here, in that open system means without covering any plate, if you place any hot water in a bucket, that means after so many years that water will evaporates outside. That type of system is called which one? Open system. In this both heat and matter exchange with surroundings. And then come to the second one is closed system. What is the meaning of a closed system here? For example, if that hot water is poured in a bucket and covered with any big plate. Now, after some days or some years, if you observe, water is present in that bucket, but that was not that much of hotness, that will become cool. So, like that, here what happened? Heat exchanged with the surroundings, but not matter. So, now in closed system, heat exchanges with surroundings. Only heat. Heat exchange with surroundings, but not matter. Matter does not exchange with the surroundings. Okay, this is regarding which one? That closed system. And now come to another one here, isolated system. So what is isolated means? I think many of you came to understand that. What is that? Neither heat nor matter exchange with the surroundings. That system is said to be isolated system. In this isolated system, neither heat nor matter exchange with the surroundings, nor matter exchange with the surroundings. So example here, thermos flask. If you uh, kept that hot coffee in a thermos flask up to so much of time also, we can observe that no loss of heat and matter. Okay, these are the three types of which one? Systems. Okay, then now in between system and surroundings, that one part is there that separates the system from surroundings. That is known as the boundary. That is known as which one? Boundary. That means in between system and surroundings, one dividend is there. That means one is dividing or one is separating those two. That separated part which separates the system and surroundings, that is known as which one? Boundary. But that boundary may be rigid or imaginary boundary. Rigid boundary means what here? For example, if you observe any one room, that means that room is surrounded by four walls. That means these four walls are acting as which one? Boundary. Those are separating this room from the surroundings. So that walls constructed are known as which one here? Rigid boundary. But what about imaginary boundary? So many students have that experience, but they don't know as that imaginary boundary. What is that experience here? For example, if they are listening to the class in a classroom, initially up to 10 or 15 minutes, okay, they are able to listen to the class. But after as time going on, after 20 or 30 minutes, what happens here? They get into one different type of mode, sleepy mode. That means they can't listen, they can't see anything. Just they are looking like this, but nothing is reaches to their mind. Just they are observing, but they can't receive anything now. That that boundary is called imaginary boundary, because they are not able to see the lecturer or on the board what that lecturer writing and what they are teaching. They can't listen or able to see anything. But of course there is no construction of wall is there, but some boundary is created, that is called imaginary boundary. So like that, boundary separates the system from surroundings. So like this, we can classify the system into three types. Okay, then after that, some other words also, some other terms also we have to learn here. Let us see what are those here. First one is here regarding isothermal process. What is the meaning of isothermal process? Isothermal process means in the total time of the reaction or in entire period of the reaction, that delta T equals to 0. That means no change in temperature. Now that process or that system is called which one here? Isothermal process. And the second one is here adiabatic process. What is meaning of adiabatic process means delta Q equal to 0, means change in heat is 0, no change in heat in the entire process. And after that, isobaric process. What is isobaric process means delta P equal to 0, pressure change is 0. And isochoric process. What is the meaning of isochoric process means delta V equal to 0. That means change in volume is 0. So these four process we have to remember here: isothermal, adiabatic, isobaric and isochoric. So these are the process we have to remember in thermodynamics topics. Okay, then after that, another thing here, which one? Cyclic process. Cyclic process means what here? For example, a substance given B produced C again produced A. That means if initial and final products are same, if initial and final substances are same in a chemical reaction, that reaction is said to be cyclic process. So in the cyclic process, initial and final compounds will remain same. Okay, then after that, let us see another one here, intensive properties and intensive property. What is intensive property? Let us see here. The property which does not depend on amount of the substance. That property is said to be which one? Intensive property. But that doesn't depend on which one? Amount of the substance. So what are the examples here? Viscosity and density, boiling point, freezing point, etc. So these are which one here? Intensive properties. Why they are called intensive properties? Let us see here. For example, the question is here, what is the boiling point of water? Immediately anyone can answer 100 degrees centigrade. But no one asks us how many liters or how much volume of water. No one can ask. That means even a spoon of water or a bucket of water, or that means in a lake, the total water present in a lake evaporate when heated to 100 degrees centigrade. but that does not depend on amount of the water. So like that here, boiling point is said to be which one? Intensive property. And one more important thing here, density is also intensive property. But most of the students will get confusion. Why? Because density equals to formula mass by volume. By observing the formula, they may fail in which one? Wrong concept. What is that? Here in the density formula, mass is there. That means they think that, or they thought that what here? Density depends on mass, but that is not true here. Of course, whatever it may be the formula, no need to include the formula in that concept. Density of water means we say 1 gram per cc, that's it. So like that here, density is not which one? Extensive property, that is intensive property. So like this here, the properties which doesn't depend on amount of the substance, those are called intensive properties. And the second one is extensive property. What is the meaning now here? Easily we can understand this. The property which depends on amount of the substance, that is known as which one? Extensive property. So now examples here, volume, mass, enthalpy. These are come under which one here? Extensive properties. Of course, temperature come under which one? Intensive property. But enthalpy, mass, volume, these are come under which one here? Extensive properties. Okay, then another important thing here, state function. State function means what? And path function also there. What these we have to discuss here. What is state function means? For example, if you consider some properties, what are the state variables means? Pressure, volume and temperature. Those are called state variables. So now here, state function means the property which determined by the state variables, or the property which depends on initial and final state of the reaction, that is known as which one? State function. Examples, internal energy, enthalpy, Gibbs free energy, like that. They come under which one? State functions. They depends on initial state and final state, but doesn't depend upon path of the reaction. Now come to the path function. Path function means the property which depends on path of the reaction. Only here we have to remember two regarding that syllabus here. One is work, another one is heat. Work and heat are called path functions. And in general, if you want to remember easily, for example, if you consider flight journey, a journey in flight, the time required for reaching our destination depends only on initial stage and final stage, but not on the path of the road, because aeroplane not move on the road, not that to fly in the air. That means the time depends only on initial and final state, but not on the path. So flight journey we can consider as which one? State function. But if you consider the bus journey, the time taken in case of bus journey depends upon path of that road. That means path in between the destinations. That means initial and final state not here matter. Path is playing means some important role. In general, like that you can remember. So work and heat are path functions, and remaining that Gibbs free energy, enthalpy, internal energy, entropy, all these come under which one? State functions. Okay, these are some important terms present in which one here? Thermodynamics. Okay, after that, another important thing here, what is that? Internal energy. So what is internal energy? Let us see here. So generally in the nature, every particle, that means anything, any substance has some energy but internally stored inside. Every system has its own energy, but whenever that time occurs, then only that comes out. That means here a small stone or a stick or a knife or anything that is having some internal energy, some energy stored inside. So now what is the definition of internal energy? Let us see here. So many different type of definitions are there. First one, the heat content of a system at constant volume, that is said to be internal energy. So heat content at heat content of a system at constant volume, that is said to be which one? Internal energy. And in that, what are the different types of energies include that internal energy? Means kinetic energy, potential energy, vibrational energy, rotational energy, transitional energy. All these types of energies include in which one? Internal energy, except gravitational energy, that may not come under part of internal energy. Except gravitational force or gravitational energy, remaining you may include in that which one? Internal energy of a system. Okay, it is generally indicated with U. Of course, some books may give as a capital E also. Generally, U we have to consider. Okay, this is regarding which one? Internal energy. And another one here, enthalpy, indicated with H. So what is the definition of enthalpy? Means heat content, heat content of a system at constant pressure. Heat content of a system at constant pressure is known as enthalpy. Another definition also there, sum of internal energy and work done is known as which one here? Enthalpy. That means we can give the formula here, H is equals to E plus W, or we can write H is equals to E plus PV, and delta H equals to delta E plus P delta V. So this is the which one here? Equation for delta H and delta E relation. Delta H equals to delta E plus P delta V. Now we have to get the clarity regarding these two concepts. First, for example, if in a bowl a milk is boiled, in a bowl, if milk is warmed or that heated, now what happens here? The given heat not directly enters into the milk. In the given heat, first some heat is gained by which one? This bowl, and then only the heat enters into the milk. Now here, while we are warming the milk, what happens? At some time, the volume of the milk increases, but no change in the volume of the container, or no change in the volume of that bowl. Container has no expansion. So that means here container volume is maintained constantly. That means here the heat content present in this container comes under at constant volume. So that is said to be which one? Internal energy. But inside that container, milk is expanding. That means volume increases. But here what is constant? Means pressure is constant. So the heat content of the milk is said to be enthalpy, and heat content present in that container is said to be internal energy. That one thing we have to get the clarity. And